Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Backbone Podcast, where common sense still makes sense in a world that is sick and only getting sicker. And today we have crazy news, sick news, just bad news. There was a shooting today in Minneapolis, ironically, about less than a mile away from where St. George Floyd was offed. What was that, 2020, 2021? And the state of Minnesota, the city of Minneapolis, has just been a ground zero for some of the most improbable controversies that I've ever seen. You know, Minnesota, I always think of Minnesota when I think of, when I see the movie Fargo. You know, it's like this place that's covered in ice and snow, and there's, you know, beautiful Scandinavian looking people. Not anymore, of course, they're all Somali. But, you know, where nothing happens. It's just a boring tundra. Well, not anymore, unfortunately. Today, an ICE officer fatally shoots a woman by the name of Renee Nicole Good, 37-year-old lesbian. And they do it in a way that is just not helpful for the cause. Listen, we're a podcast of common sense. And when I first saw the George Floyd footage, that cop should not have had his knee on that guy's back, or the back of his neck, as long as he did. I mean, you could say what you want. It was just totally unnecessary to me. Now, did that kill him? I really don't know. Was it the fentanyl? Was it the fact that he had COVID? Was it a little bit of both? Maybe. But it's the optics that kill you in media, especially in broadcast media and television media. The optics tell the story. Nobody cares what happened before. Nobody gives a shit what happened after. It's what's happening at that moment. And when you have a guy screaming out for his mama, even though this guy is a career criminal, he has a rap sheet longer than my leg, he put a gun to a pregnant woman's belly, all people see is that cop's knee on that guy's back. And the fact that he was just unwavering. He just didn't give a fuck. This is the same instance here with the federal government, what this ICE agent did today. And again, we don't know what happened before this footage, and we don't know what's going to happen afterwards. I'm telling you, he's probably being questioned up and down, up the ass right now. But what this federal agent did, what these ICE agents did today, was they just made a martyr for the left again. They are going to give these mental midgets on the left an even bigger excuse to be mental midgets. Now we have the footage here. It's incredible to see. She is clearly, now this woman, of course, just like most white women, is a deranged lunatic. She was trying to prevent the ICE agents from, I don't know, arresting some illegals that are in the country. She's blocking the road. Okay. With technology today, you have her license plate. They have computers that can scan cars that get your license and registration number. They could have easily have just let this bitch go, arrested her 15 minutes fucking later because she was stupid enough. She probably would have been stupid enough to go home. Impound her car, fine her up the ass, arrest her, ruin her credit, ruin her reputation, just ruin her. And do it the hard way. Let her feel it. Instead, here, they shoot. This guy panics, and he definitely did panic. And he shoots this bitch in the face, and now he's going to make her a martyr. And now you have vigils outside, and there will be protests all over America. I'm telling you, this is exactly what the left wanted. politics, whether it's on the right or the left, they pray for instances like this, where these useful idiots get their heads blown off, just like that Ashley Babbitt broad. Ironically, 5 years ago during January 6th, the right did the same thing that the left are going to do here. An innocent woman, a mother, she was so sweet. They're going to show pictures of her, in happy times and smiling. They're already putting pictures of the little stuffed toys she had in her truck there. She's totally innocent, and this monster killed her. That's what the narrative will be. I was in media for a very long time. I know this. I can read right through this. The right did this 5 years ago? The left will do this now. The left did this with George Floyd, but the left are better at it. The left are better at it because they have people that are in media. They have people who are in communications. They have people who are in public relations. They have people that are all over the spectrum of mass media. They're just better at it than anybody from the right. And this coverage will be nauseating. We're going to know everything about this woman, all the good parts, of course. And believe me, we are going to know everything about the shooter. We're going to know whether this guy has a drinking problem, or if he ever had a drinking problem, if he's ever been aggressive before. We're going to know what his kids look like. We're going to know if he's married or if he's not, or how many times he's been divorced. This guy's life, they're already putting pictures of him. Some of them are not him. Some of them may be him. It's a fucking nightmare. This guy's life is going to be in ruin. And all he had to do was just step aside and let her skid away. And you could have arrested her 15 minutes later. There are people on the right who are these America people who see nothing wrong anytime police use aggression. Unless, in the case of Ashley Babbitt, of course, those police use aggression against somebody from the right. It's so petty and tribal what we've come down to in this country. There is no more reason. There is no more common sense. And you will hear people on Fox News or whatever other conservative outlet say, well, look at the tires. The tires were turned towards the agent, and she was going to kill these poor guys. And then you'll have media coverage from the left, and a lot more of it, who will say, no, they're going to slow it down, and she was turning right and away from the agents. They had no business to do this, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you, you're going to be hearing about this for the next week. This is a gift. If you are in media, if you work for ABC or NBC or CBS or Fox, this is a gift right now. This is your late Christmas gift, because this has legs for a whole week. Especially what the Minnesota police are saying. Especially that. But let's take a look at the footage here. It's about 4.5 minutes. There's a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, of course, by white women. My God. They are the cancer of Western civilization. Here we go.
You! Shame! Shame!
Shame!
Shame! Shame!
You hear the screaming? I just fast forwarded a little bit.
Yeah, it's a fucking crime! We fucking know it! We're here! Yeah, like what the absolute fuck, man? What the absolute fuck? Do you have a conscience? Do you have a conscience? Do you have a conscience? This is the time, man. This is the time to have a conscience. This is not okay. This is not okay. Get a fucking conscience.
If you look at me, tell me you're doing the right thing. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You didn't find any weapons. Fucking your people, man.
In the head. In the head.
I didn't do anything. And she's fucking murderer. You, look at me. You can't even.
Watch out, man. Watch out.
Why don't you look at me? I thought you could do it.
Absolute madness. Here is a different angle of how this whole thing went down. And I feel bad for the guy who owns that white car, who's just minding his own business. He's parked in front of his house. That minivan, that SUV, right into it. Yeah, it is it's a horrible thing, man. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. We have protests going on now. This is some of the protests and some of the vigils that are going on in Minneapolis right now. It's just it's so unnecessary. It is so unnecessary for this to happen. You know, you're just making life harder for these guys now. And here are aerial coverage of the vigils that are going on. Look at these crowds. Where they find these fucking people, I don't know. But this is just, it could have been avoided. Like I said, arrest her later. You have her entire fucking, you have everything on her. They have these scanners that pick these people that can, they know where you live. They know what your driver's license is. They know what you look like. She's not getting away. She's not going anywhere. Don't shoot her in the fucking face, dude. Now, of course, we have the Trump response. And Trump, you know, he's going to take the side, of course, of the police or the ICE agents. And I'll read you what his response is. Let's put it up here. And this is from the president himself, the Orange Messiah, Donald J. Trump. I have just viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently and willfully and viciously ran over an ICE officer. That is not what anybody saw, but whatever. Who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied. It is in its entirety. But the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They are just trying to do their job, making America safe in bold letters. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate. President Donald J. Trump. Now, Trump, what's he going to say? He's got to support his homeboys, right? We all know that we all saw what happened. And apparently the local police don't agree. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, you know, that little homo who dances around with Somali flags, pushed back on the DHS narrative or the president's narrative at the news conference Wednesday afternoon, saying they are already trying to spin this, quote, already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense, referring to ICE. Quote, having seen the video myself, I want to tell everybody directly that this is bullshit. Witnesses describe seeing the woman in the vehicle trying to flee officers when they shot her, during the notion that she was trying to run officers over. Police describe her as a middle-aged white woman, Robin Good, of course, who did not appear to be the target of law enforcement or of a law enforcement investigation or activity. In one video, a gray pickup truck that we just saw is seen pulling up against to the burgundy SUV, stopping perpendicular to the truck as someone shouts, "Get the fuck out of our neighborhood." Agents get out of the car. One walks up to the SUV, yanks the driver's door handle, ordering the driver to get out. The SUV reverses. Another agent is standing near the front of the SUV as it pulls forward. The agent appears to draw his firearm, and as the SUV drives forward in his direction, he moves backwards, shooting into the SUV as it drives off, as the video shows. In another video showing a different angle, the agent appears to be knocked back as the SUV drives forward before it crashes into a parked car, as we saw. Homeland Security Secretary Christine Noem said in a press conference Wednesday evening that the ICE agent was hit by the vehicle driven by the woman who was shot. He went to the hospital and was released. Noem said, now, if he was hit by that SUV and he went to the hospital, he would be in the hospital. Okay, I mean, at least make it look good. Keep him in the fucking hospital overnight. Noem said the officer whom officials have not identified yet had been attacked before while on the job. Noem quotes, the very same officer who was attacked today had previously been dragged by an anti-ICE rioter who had rammed him with a car and dragged him back in June. He sustained injuries at the time as well. Noem said in the press conference early in the day that the agent's vehicles got stuck in the snow. And they were trying to push them out when the woman attacked them. This is, you know, if you want to fuck up a cup of coffee, have a government make it for you. As I said, I am not defending this woman. She should have been. Why aren't these people at work? But if you're going to do something, and I want every illegal out, I would like to see every non-American out of this country. Believe me, if I could do it, I would do it myself. But you got to do it the smart way. And this isn't the smart way. You just gave the liberal Democrat progressives and their liberal Democrat media a big fat meatball over the plate, and they're going to swing for the fences now. People aren't going to fall for the bullshit anymore, right or left. There are cameras everywhere. Everybody's got a fucking cell phone, and they're all ready to shoot footage, I should say. They're all ready to capture you fucking up, and this is a fuck up. They can spin it as much as they want. They can say that this guy almost got run over. He did get run over. He went to the hospital, yada, 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 yada. They're going to investigate this on a local level. And if the local officials, they're going to look at the skid marks on the road. They're going to look at this backwards and forwards. Look, I mean, it's just a state, and this is a federal agent. Who knows if the federal government can protect him? But they're going to come after this guy if he, especially if he lives in the state of Minnesota. They're going to come after him big time. His life could be ruined. He panicked. Obviously, who wouldn't fucking panic? But you step back and you think, men are not allowed to be careless. Women and children are, but never a man. This guy was careless today. Forget the spin, forget all the bullshit. This was a catastrophic error in judgment. And this is just fuel to the fire for these liberal lunatics who will martyr this woman. They're going to make her out to be the nicest, most beautiful flower on the planet. And we all know it's bullshit. And now we're going to be saturated with her fucking lesbian story for a whole goddamn week. All right, that's my 2 cents. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Remember, my friends, Satan is always, always busy. Be a man and have a backbone, because masculinity and common sense is worth standing up for. And just remember,